Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday, Success Thursday, here on the podcast. This week, we have with us Pino de Candia. Hey, Pino, welcome back.
Thank you very much. 4 days in a row.
4 days in a row, and we still have 2 to go. So that's happy times here. First, before we talk about success today, that's the key question of the week, of course. But before we talk about that, do share with us, Pino, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
I really love metaphor-based retrospective. Everybody knows probably something like Speedboat. You may invent stuff about that. I really love metaphor-based on movies or even sports. Of course, it depends on what it is that you want to highlight with your team. But I love the sports retrospective because if we are in Europe, of course, I would use the football where football is as English would say football, so it's soccer, and I would definitely use a football pitch, and ask the people to place themselves on the football pitch. You can do this much better in person, of course, but it can be done in remote online. It's very useful when you need to make people understand what their real role is inside the team. Give an example. It's funny. When you explain the roles on the football pitch, from the left back to the striker to the coach, and ask people to put themselves on the pitch. It might happen, and it did, that the same person put themselves in the same role. I don't know, the same role which
might be goalkeeper or striker
like
or something like that.
Because striker, many people don't put themselves as striker. Many people used to put themselves in defense. It tells you something about the company they are in. Or many. This is the most funny probably. I tried this once in a company, and it was a team of 9, 10, and 4 of them put themselves in the coach position. At the same time, it was like, what's happening here? And it's very interesting, given because it breaks any hierarchy roles that may happen in a team. And no, you may even be the tech leader in the team, and put yourself in middle field position, for example, or you might be a tech leader and put yourself in as goalkeeper. That gives to the same role 2 different interpretation. In the first one, as middle fielder, you think of yourself as the one that drive the game. As a goalkeeper, you put yourself as the one that block the last at the last responsible moment any problems that may arise. It's very interesting because starting from that, you may even use some constellation techniques by putting people in a football pitch, and it may be even very fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very fun.
I can imagine the conversations when 2 people put themselves as the coach.
Oh yeah. But yeah, actually,
right. I wonder how that would work in real life if you would have 2 coaches trying to direct the exact same team.
Yes, and what happens is that, of course, you can go with clarification questions and ask them something like, "Can you make an example to the team on when you behaved like a coach?" And of course, many times examples are orders or something like that, which may be different. That happens a lot of times when you have in the same team. I know there are external consultants, for example, and you have internal IT professional and the external IT reference for the consultant, and those 2 roles are more likely roles that can clash because they think to do the same role, which is giving direction to the people. Anyway, this is something that I really like to do, especially at the beginning of a team, just to set up some agreement.
And it does start conversations, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we do these conversations like at the start when we start working with the team, as you said, because we want to help teams. But that's only one aspect of what success is. So, Pino, share with us, how do you see success for a Scrum Master?
I can give you first the answer text, the failure for a Scrum Master, which was me. After I always been working as consultant, so I go to a team, stay there for 6-8 months or so, then I go away. You may see that you failed as Scrum Master as after you go away, people start to cancel the meetings, for example. In that case, I happen to be in the same mailing list, and 15 days after I went away, I started to see cancellation of the stand-ups, cancellation of the retrospectives, cancellation of the plannings, and so on, with some notes. This is not useful, or we're too busy to do this. That was like, okay, very bad job. Congratulations. Of course, when you enter a team, you may say that there is something there that qualify good Scrum Master in terms of visibility, for example. You see things on the walls, or you easily can get to online tools. There are instructions everywhere. You may see a Scrum Master is good because he doesn't talk a lot during a stand-up, for example. Oh, that's really, really bad when you see a Scrum Master calling people in the stand-ups and say, "What about you? What about you? What about you?" Okay, that's bad. That's bad. So I would say that a Scrum Master is successful if the teams doesn't really didn't need him to do to continue their improvement process. They do the stuff because they care, because they think they are valuable. So it's not needed. The Scrum Master is not needed there anymore, or it's needed at a very lower pace. So not every day, just sometimes. I would say that that's successful criteria for me for a Scrum Master. People don't need you anymore.
Absolutely. Okay, so I wanted to throw you a curveball, so warning already up front, because I was thinking when you were saying, okay, here's what it means to fail, and I'm thinking, actually, what you described as failure, not necessarily what they wrote in the notes for the cancellations, but what you described as failure can also be a symptom of success, right? When the team say, hey, we went through this, we experimented, we tried it out, and we changed it. We don't want the daily meeting. We do the daily check-in over Slack, and that's fine, right? So I was thinking that, okay, so the cancellation of meetings is a symptom that we need to pay attention to, that's for sure. But let's say that a team is canceling the meetings and the Scrum Master is still successful. What else would we be looking at to check if that Scrum Master was successful, even when the teams were actively canceling some of the meetings they had scheduled?
Oh well, if the team has an improvement action weekly, bi-weekly, whatever it is, that's probably a successful team. So it's a successful Scrum Master. I mean, you can't be successful if your team is not successful, for sure. Someone one mentor of me once told me that Scrum Master is successful if the team delivers good stuff and people are happy. No, it's a bit controversial. When team delivers good stuff, what's good? It's very difficult to define that. There are many factors that define a good job in terms of product, not just the team. Many times products are made by many teams. It's not just a team, and people are happy. I don't know. People may be happy if they, I don't know, they are in vacation 15 days a month, probably. Doesn't make a good Scrum Master. So I wouldn't go. I like I like what he said to me that way, but I wouldn't go there. And going back to what you said, yes, the team could be successful even if they can't sell the meeting, if they have an improvement, of course. In that case, that was how I felt. Totally, I felt like such a failure, and I could not stop myself by calling these people to say, just to ask what's going on. In that case, what happened is that organization decided that 2 hours a week for a retrospective was too much, and even the planning was too much, and they asked people not to track down hours for that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
so
and in that case, I would say that definitely there was a failure, but it wasn't just the Scrum Master, right? Like maybe it started way back in the beginning when the company decided to adopt Agile, just to say that they were adopting Agile.
Yeah, that happened so many times.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for sharing all of these lessons with us, Pino.
Thank you for asking.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.